It seems like it's button lock week. I bought a button lock at Blade Show West that I still need to do the video on, a full custom. And Takcom sent me this one. This is their unnamed version. Like the name of it is Unnamed. Okay, sure. And then there was another button lock that I filmed the other day from Orion Knives, like a pivot button lock. Now, button locks are not normally my thing. And I've talked about that many times, so I won't spend much time on it. But the custom that I bought, I love, from Thomas Knives. It's a Raku, Darren Thomas. And this Unnamed, got some stuff here, is okay. So it's from Takcom. You get this plastic case. Here's their information. I'll put a link to their website down below as well. So this is just a plastic Pelican style foam case. Knife comes in a plastic bag inside the case. Nothing fancy, but it's better than just a plastic bag. Now, Takcom is really known for their OTFs. That's mainly what they have done for years. This is their first folding knife, okay? They sent me this one about, I don't know, 9 months, a year ago, something like that. Shane, the owner of Takcom, reached out to me on Instagram and asked if I would like to check out some of their stuff. So they sent me a different OTF first. I think it's called the Grunt, and I'm drawing a blank on what this one's called. And the Grunt had problems. It just kept failing to fire, and I had to send it back. They fixed it, sent it back to me. It had problems again. I sent it back, and then they sent me this one instead. And this one has been perfectly fine with no problems since in Magna Cut. Kind of cool. So on to the Unnamed. People talk about how I don't open the knife fast enough. So there you go. I like this. However, I don't love it. Okay, and there's a couple reasons why. And let's talk about the good stuff first. Magna Cut, $269, built by Best Tech. $269 for a Chinese-made knife, you might think is high. I don't necessarily agree, and I don't disagree. You can get some great Chinese-made knives by Kubi in the $40, $50 range. Doesn't have Magna Cut, and it's not titanium with ceramic bearings. Okay, G10 and D2. So we can play the price game all day, but I don't want to, nor do I personally care. Do I think this is $269 value? I'm going to let you decide that. Okay? Because that's not for me to say what the value is for you. Now, what you have here is 4.5 inches closed, 8 inches overall, with a 3.44-inch blade. Magna Cut, as I mentioned, runs on ceramic bearings, weighs in at 4.8 ounces. Okay? It took them 2 years to design this, from the inception to hitting the market. The couple things I don't like is the blade shape. I don't like the clip point. And I've told Shane, the owner, that. That's a design thing that he chose to do. I can't argue with that. Again, and I've said this before, just because I don't like the aesthetics of something, that's a personal, subjective opinion that I have. You may love the clip point, in which case, go for it. If this was just a standard drop down, for me, I would just like it better. That's all. Doesn't mean anything. A lot of people think that the Hellraiser is an ugly knife, and they don't care for it. And I'm totally okay with that. They think it's dumb until I send them this production version. They get it in hand and they use it, and then they love it. So I can't tell you how many people I've sent this particular one to, and then after handling this and sending it back, they have gone out and bought their own. Okay? So Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Now, if we zoom in really close on this thing, you can see it is not smooth scales. Has laser etched micro milling around the entire scale on both sides. Titanium backspacer, titanium 3D milled pocket clip that works excellently, by the way. The pocket clip is fantastic. Has just enough spring. Works great into and out of the pocket. Love it. The micro milling, I'm not a fan. It feels like, it feels chalky is the best word I can use to describe it. Almost like a velvet. Shane was concerned that if it was just smooth titanium, it would be too slippery and your hand would maybe slide out. I understand that concern as I'm reaching around here for another knife. This one here is a smooth titanium scales. And I understand it's not going to slide out of my hand, but it is not grippy. So I get Shane's concern with the Unnamed here being slick and smooth. However, with the handle's shape, I think you're going to lock in pretty good and be okay if it were smooth. But I like some texturing. I just don't love this fine texturing because it just feels weird on my hand. Okay? I got baby girly hands maybe. I don't know. People have said that before when I've said a flipper tab was too strong and my finger was uncomfortable flipping it, things like that. People have complained that it's just my hand. Okay, maybe. Now, the button lock on this knife is pretty good as far as button locks go. The detent I wish was a little bit stronger. For you guys that do the reverse flick, you might also want the detent to be a little stronger. Just a little bit. For the thumb, it works really well. But when you do reverse flick, I wish was a little stiffer detent. Okay? All in all, I think it's a pretty cool knife. Am I going to carry it a lot? Probably not. And I may use this as a giveaway. I don't know. They did give it to me. But yeah, the feel of the handle for me makes me double rethink. Double think is a stupid way to put it. It just makes me pause a little bit if I want to carry it that day or not. I think it's going to work fine in your jeans. It's not going to like shred your pocket or anything like that. It's going to be pant friendly, if you will. But here, let's get it next to the OTF from Takcom also. It's just a feel in the hand. To me, it's a little bit, but that's just me. Your mileage may vary, as they say. So I think it's built really well. I am a big fan of Best Tech. I've worked with them on several videos, and there's actually one under the table from Best Tech Man, which is their budget version of their budget company. It's strange, but yeah. So let me know what you think. I will put a link in the corner to my Takcom playlist because I've done a few other videos from Takcom. And Shane has been great to deal with. We chat on Instagram quite a bit. So the things I'm telling you here are no different than what I have already told him. And when anybody sends me something, they kind of get the truth. That's the only way I know how to do it. So yeah, there you go. The Takcom Unnamed. If you've made it this far, please comment down below Unnamed. I would appreciate it.